So Facebook announced during their Facebook Connect, which used to be the Oculus Connect, I believe, that the Oculus Quest 2 VR headset is coming out, or I think it's already out for purchase, but it has 6 gigabytes of RAM, storage of 64 or 256 gigabytes. It has 100 or 1,832.
Wait, is it fully wireless?
1920. Yes.
Whoa.
I think so.
That's interesting. What's the price
Although
point?
they do have a cable for plugging it into your PC.
But can it do wireless interfacing with your computer? I was just watching
No, not with your computer, I don't think.
MKBHD on YouTube. He has a podcast, and he had Zuckerberg on there for like 6 minutes or something. I just watched that interview today. Zuckerberg's really diving deep into this Oculus Rift stuff. Like at first I thought he was kind of like a pansy pants for, it's like he's just buying companies up, but he genuinely seemed to have an interest in it because he sees a future where, this technology, for example, MKBHD was talking about how you could do a review and you use AR and VR and all that stuff. And then it's like the review is like him talking to you with you have the device in your hand. And it's like far future stuff, right? But that future thinking thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to use this as an example, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners are probably seen this episode or they watch, but The Simpsons, they had an episode where Lisa, it was like in the future, Lisa's older, she has a daughter. What it was is in the future, you take a plug and you plug it in your neck and you just go like this. You basically pass out and you're in this virtual reality world. With this kind of technology coming out more and more and more and more, I believe that it would kind of serve. When this first got introduced, like VR stuff, I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I thought it was a little gimmicky too.
I'm like, this is dumb. What am I gonna? I'm not gonna sit in my living room and walk through a window because I don't know.
Right.
But the more I thought about it, I'm like, for people that have anxiety, people that have depression, whatever the case is, that don't like to go, maybe have an issue with going outside, meeting new people, or being around a bunch of people.
Wow, I never thought of it like that before.
They can use this as a way of their going into a different reality and able to communicate with people that way, but they're safe in their house.
Yeah.
So in a long term, I can see something like this actually being beneficial for that kind of. I mean, of course, for everybody, but I can see this actually being beneficial for people that have those issues.
Yeah.
And that might be able to help them. Like, okay, I feel comfortable going in this world, and maybe I can take a step outside in reality, and see what I can do there.
I never thought about using it for that because you always hear it being gaming focused. That's a really good point, especially now. I mean, right now we're in that precursor technology. If this is the first iteration that's wireless, something that I think is a must-have for these devices. But yeah, I could totally see that being like there could be physical, practical uses. I mean, I could imagine dealing with things like possibly PTSD where they're able to put them in a therapeutic world, there's plenty of applications for that. That's a really good point, Joey. I never thought of it being used that way. What's the pricing on that thing?
So it is $299 for the 64, and then the 256 is $399.
Wow,
That's
interesting.
And then if you want the extra battery pack, it's $528.
Of
course it is. They got a nickel and dime. I mean, so does it need the PC to run?
No.
So it can run on its own, but the PC probably gives you like more graphic fidelity, I guess.
And I'm sure it actually charges while it's hooked up to the
Yeah,
PC.
I would hope so. Have to have like 3 cables coming out of you.
Yeah.
That's
so
pretty cool.
You can play games on the PC, and I mean, I didn't actually know a whole lot about the Oculus Rift because when I first looked at this, I was like, why do you need storage in your headset?
Yeah.
I thought that it just plugged into your phone or something, but so it does both.
Well, you know that especially that Darth Vader game in VR, it's huge.
I have to say, when I got the PlayStation VR, I was like, whatever. I had a little bit of spare change. I was like, screw it, right? It just came out. I picked it up. The games aren't all there per se, or at least they weren't. I haven't really used it in a while. But the experience was like super freaking awesome. I talked about that a lot in my complete review of the PS4. You've tried, I've had that. So yeah, it's something. It's just really cool. The idea you could just move your hand around,
you had me go underwater. We did the underwater thing with the sharks and stuff, and then you tried it with PT, and
Yeah, and Resident Evil.
Yeah,
that's
the PT one didn't end up very
no
well for you.
and that was just when they made it like flat. So it's just like a giant TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. I am curious to see what Sony's going to end up doing with like PS4 VR, because now it needs to be wireless if this is like the precedent, you know. Mm-hmm. Especially with a console.
I don't know this part. Can Oculus run on gaming consoles?
I don't believe so. I think it's PC only.
Just PC only?
Yeah, I think so. And you have to have this $80 cable in order to play on the PC in the first place.
What the hell? 80? What are they, Apple?
So $399, and then you have to buy a cable on top of it for $80. I know you said $299, but for people that are big, want bigger storage, $399.
Yeah, I mean, 64 is nothing.
The Nintendo model. Give it to them and then sell them a bunch of accessories. You want batteries, you need cables, and now the unit is,
Well, like I told you, every business is gonna follow that trend now.
Yeah, they're gonna. Once they find the stuff that works, that keeps bringing them good returns, they're gonna keep doing it.
You're looking at what, $399 and $80, what, 400 and.
But you know what? I'm not fully opposed to it, right? Because you can get it today, and then you just add the stuff as time goes on. It makes it harder I feel like it makes it harder for you to get bored.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is the people that build their PCs. They're already spending a ton of money building them.
Yeah.
And then if they want to do VR, they get this Oculus, and then they have to spend another $80 for a cable.
Yeah. Especially because it looks like a Type-C cable, which, I don't know. I don't know. I'm
watch that you can use any kind of Type-C cable with that thing.
Yeah, right. But yeah, they probably put like a special chip or something in it that makes it so it has to handshake with the device.
True.